Good morning, Southern Maryland, and I'm aspiring meteorologist John Bordash with you now to give you your latest forecast right here from JB Weather. And your weather story is looking like this morning. We will be looking at hot and humid conditions not only today but again tomorrow. Those feel like temperatures getting well above 100. For some of you, it's getting right around 105 degrees. We have the chance of storms kind of sort of today, but again for the day tomorrow and again on Thursday and again on Friday. So we're going into another stormy pattern. We will be watching Tropical Depression 1 as it strengthens, and it could become a hurricane, and it could be impacting us for this upcoming week. Now let's start off with Tropical Depression 1. That's pretty much the biggest weather story I really want to touch on. And right now it only has winds up 35 miles per hour, again making it a tropical depression. What exactly is a tropical depression? It's pretty much the lowest level ranking of any kind of tropical cyclone. It's relatively weak right now. Now once it gets winds of right around 40 miles per hour, it's going to become a tropical storm. That's when it starts to become a little bit more organized. Now once winds increase upwards of 74 miles per hour, that's when we start to deal with a hurricane, and that would be ranked as a Category 1. So that's the weakest type of hurricane, but it's stronger than a tropical storm. Right now, Tropical Depression 1 is right off the Florida coastline with some tropical storm watches in effect there, and the projected path right now takes it on up the coast right on to Category 1 hurricane right off the North Carolina coastline and tracks it on up the east coast. Now with this kind of a track where you see those icons, that wouldn't give us too much of an impact. Now let's just say it's more towards the inland portion of that projected path. We would be looking at some elevated impacts. Here's my thinking right now for our threat levels. I'm thinking right now we're looking at marginal threats. What does that mean? I'm thinking that rainfall is going to be generally less than an inch. Little to no storm surge. I don't think we'll see any kind of coastal flooding, and those winds could be gusty upwards of 15 to 30 miles per hour, with that elevator risk right up along the Atlantic beaches, and this would be for Thursday night going on over into Friday. Now, depending on where it goes, we may only be looking at impacts for Thursday night, and if it so Thursday night, or we could be looking at impacts for the day on Friday, and it could be not a complete washout for your 4th of July, but it's not going to be the best 4th of July we've had around here. So again, this is something I'm going to be watching very closely, and again, the further east you head, the higher the impact level. So if you're headed on out towards the eastern shore, right up along Atlantic City, Ocean City, down towards Cape Hatteras, you're going to want to be keeping it tuned right here to JB Weather to get the latest on any kind of threat from Tropical Depression 1, which again looks like it'll become Tropical Storm Arthur and possibly even Hurricane Arthur. Now, as we take a look at today's forecast, we will be looking at widespread 90s for some of you right up along the waterways. It's only going to be in the upper 80s, but with the humidity increasing, we will be looking at a threat of those heat indices getting up above 100 degrees, and that rain chance I'm thinking is more towards from I-95 back towards the west, and that's where the Storm Prediction Center has given an elevated risk of some severe weather. Here it's a marginal threat. I think we may see 1 or 2 isolated storms. Again, hail and wind threat is elevated, not really all that high. And we also have a severe risk again for the day tomorrow. This would be the day that I'm watching. Looks like widespread strong to severe thunderstorms. We may see 1 or 2 tornadoes, so I'm not thinking that's going to be the main threat again. It's going to be that hail and wind threat, so that's something I'm also going to be watching. So now we have Tropical Depression 1, the heat, and now we also need to be watching the chance of storms today and tomorrow, and again for the day on Thursday. So keep it tuned right here to JB Weather. I'm going to be keeping you updated, as well as Aaron and Daniel. They've been doing a great job the past couple of days when I've been away. So again, keep it tuned right here to JB Weather to get the latest. The next advisory on Tropical Depression 1 will be out by 11 o'clock, and right now it's 9:16, so it's going to be coming out in the next couple of hours, and I'll give you all the latest information as soon as I get it. Again, keep it tuned right here. Follow us on Facebook and on Twitter. I'm aspiring meteorologist John Bordash. I'm a nice and safe one, and keep it tuned right here to JB Weather.